What follows herewith are a set of ideas. These ideas are part factual, somewhat fictive, and speculative, with the sole purpose of coalescing the expanded fields of technology from this place. In saying this place, I'm talking about Dzata, the Institute of Technological Consciousness. In saying this place, I'm also talking about Dzata, or Dzate, the location of the Institute.
The principle of invention is to construct a dialogue with those who came before and those who are yet to be. The networked interconnectedness of things and people is much older than the surface of the web. Our ancestors carried with them a great drum, the first long-range communication device used to signal and warn of invaders. Upon seeing the dark blue stone at Dzata, they stopped and settled. To roam is to make knowledge mobile. The mediums for this mobility may include traders, refugees, researchers, smugglers, cross-border scanners, or multi-species vessels, mosquitoes, tsetse flies, livestock, locusts, inanimate beings, flooded rivers, volcanoes, technological vehicle train, vinyl records, multiverses.
I'm a member of a wider community of wanderers who have been moving for a century. We're also wanderers in the sense that we've been in contemplation about spiritual technologies. My calling to this position was consecrated on a suspended hill in Ulundi. Ulundi is 11 days down from Masvingo. At present, it is important to expand the intersecting fields of practice that ground technology within our socio-cultural milieu. It is increasingly clear to us that to think within the range of computation, software, and devices simply short-circuits the deep and the lateral field of technologies from this place.
The idea was to take seriously African voices, not just as empirical evidence or a cannon fodder for our theory, but as intellectual agents in their own right. What if we took what they know seriously enough? But there is also the agency of some of us working on Africa to escape a rather stifling Western dependence on theory.
The Calabash Cam, circa 1040. Location unknown. The Calabash viewer predated the camera obscura. The earlier version did not feature the recently invented lens. It was, however, added to strengthen the intensity for those who did not have the disposition to see through the Calabash. The Calabash Cam was discovered in the western coast, present-day Ivory Coast, on the continent Africa. Although not accurate, it is estimated that the first iteration was prototyped between 1012 and 1030. The last iteration was produced in 1879. This artifact, it is believed to have been one of 9, although no information exists on the remaining 8 editions. The Dzata costume, circa 1890s. Location, present-day South Africa. This folded uniform is a remodel of the now original uniform that was recovered in 1917 at the Dzata ruins in Limpopo, present-day South Africa. The reclaimed original uniform has been safe-kept at the institutes. It is estimated to have been in use around 1890s. It bears beads and plastic ornaments. And these plastic ornaments were found in the Eastern African chapter of the Institute, thereby making a connection between the Southern and the Eastern Institutes. Dear scientists, the resonance keyboard, circa 1000 BC, location, the Sahara Desert. A microseed bank was surfaced at what is suspected to have been a temporary site of the Institute in the Sahara Desert. It is speculated that these seeds had come from Central Africa. They were migrated north with the view to be planted to attract waterbeds in the Sahara. The board seen here was used to adapt these seeds to different locations and climates. It has not been established whether this board actually worked, but there's strong suggestions that this resonance keyboard, it inspired the QWERTY keyboard. The Kari mask, circa 1398. Location, current-day Benguela Coast. Little information is known about this mask. It was donated by an individual who wished to remain anonymous. Investigative work continues on this Kari mask. The origins are unknown. The samples, however, of the Kari shells of southern Western Africa match those found on the Kari mask, and so it leads us to believe that it may have come from Southwest Africa, although this cannot be taken as fact. Lastly, the Dijimbira, circa 1700 AD. Location, Buhera, present-day Zimbabwe. The mbira is an instrument that originated along southern Africa. It is a spiritual instrument. It is popularly known as mbira zevadzemo, mbira of the ancestors. The mbira has inspired more recently similar inventions which help medical practitioners identify counterfeit medicine. The Dijimbira is one of the unfinished projects at the Institute. You see,
elaborate sketches exist of the Mbira, and they were found in the Eastern African chapter of the Institute. It is believed that the project was abandoned due to a scarce supply of materials to continue the Mbira. That, dear scientists, concludes the last few objects of power that were produced and found at the Dzata ruins.
I look at definitions of science, technology, and innovation today, and I'm sure you would agree that they are very reductionist. Science comes to be removed from all kinds of social dimensions. But as we know, science itself is a social activity. The idea was to restore that and see where we would get.
In closing, dear scientists, what is Dzata? It is a network, it is a school, it is an institute of technological consciousness. Dzata is also a coordination center. Dzata is a workshop. Dzata is a crop field. We are taught that a lab is a forest is a homestead, a lab is a river. Dzata is a dream state. Dzata is also a place in Limpopo. It is said to have existed around 1700 AD. It collapsed approximately 6 decades later. However, in the region of Dzata are other ruins of significance. The ruins of Great Zimbabwe, Mapungubwe, Adam's Calendar, and Bakoni. With that, I thank you for attending this chapter of the Institute.